You want to know something?
Yeah, what's up?
Since I'm still working on the intro, on like right after the whole animation, let's just not do one right now.
All right.
Anyway, so I had a great idea. We had a lot of stupid stories, but we haven't told any of the people that watched this.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I told a lot of people that are like local on how stupid you were back in like high school, and we never actually talked about any other story besides you eating a live fish right in front of everyone.
Yep.
Within
That
the
was
youth group that we
quite
were
a time.
the what?
That was quite a time.
Yeah. Um, did you learn your lesson not to eat live fish? I mean, at least cook them.
Well, honestly, it didn't even affect me. It made no difference. I would do it again.
Oh, okay.
Only for a
But
challenge, you know.
well, uh,
You say your
so
words. I ate a fish. You ate your words.
it did. Okay.
Guess what? And you're about to eat your words in this challenge that we're about to do right now. So why don't you go ahead and tell them what the challenge that we're going to do today is?
Okay. So again, we have a bunch of stories of us doing dumb things. And to give a good example, and I don't talk about this much anymore because the video is gone. Because one, the audio did not exist.
Yep.
Two, YouTube decided to take down uh, the comment after recording effect, as in uh, the little tabs that people used to put just to clarify what the freak was happening.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I could not fix that whatsoever. So I tried to recreate that video 100 times. It's the time that I got my nails painted because I
Oh
lost a bet.
man,
Do you
tell me a
remember that,
story.
Josh?
Oh, I remember it.
Oh man. So here's how it went. So I'm not going to tell you the exact bet that we made because uh, Justin talks stupid. So within Justin talks stupid, I lost a uh, bet within a game of Uno. It was a wager between three people, and the loser had to get their nails painted on YouTube. I lost. So I gritted my teeth. I tried to find a person to get my nails painted. It turned out to be someone who I uh, let me just say this girl surprised me when she asked me out like years ago.
Wild.
Which which Josh, this is when right before we met.
Okay. I thought this was in high school.
What?
I thought this was in high school.
No, the bet was in high school. When she asked me out, it was before high school.
Gotcha.
Anyway, if you're watching this, person that painted my nails, I am so sorry. If you're listening to this, uh, if we end up like uh, uh, I don't know how to put it, but in a better state now, then maybe I'll. Sorry, just yeah. Anyway, so I ask this unnamed person to paint my nails in front of a class of. Uh, I'm gonna admit this special ed class. We were doing a demonstration in front of like 5 people. Luckily, it was 5 people. I think it was.
Well, that's the thing, because in the end, it really wasn't 5 people. Am I right?
I lost count after
Because you
4.
posted it on YouTube.
Yes, I posted on YouTube. It was not in front of 5 people. It was actually, though, the
Wasn't it
worst.
like 1,000 or two?
It got, yeah, it got over 1,000 views, and I was shocked. Like, uh, this was before I. Uh, this was before I was able to download my old videos from YouTube to, like, save them from what happened back in 2017 to 2018, stuff and things.
Stuff
Uh,
and thing.
I really don't like talking about that time period that much because, one, two famous idiots ruined everything. And let's just say YouTube benefits are no longer as easy to uh, make a bunch of subscribers as it used to be back in 2017 when I started making Seabold Knife and Sword videos. And
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, uh, she tricked all of us, and at the very end, my nails were painted black. And the funny thing is, it did cure, it did set, but uh, she pulled a trick on us. Well,
Yeah.
she pulled a trick on the rest of the winners that won that Uno bet. And well, um, the the nail polish came off easily.
Nice.
It wasn't supposed to,
Yeah.
but she tricked everyone on how
Yeah.
easy it was to come off.
Uh, you
So
probably thought it was going to take a lot to come off.
yeah, because apparently their nail polish removal actually removes nail polish.
That is a true statement.
Boy, everyone felt like idiots uh, and was like, well, I could have done that. Why did I cheat at Uno? Which is very funny. You don't cheat at Uno, you just get lucky.
That is true. I don't even know how you could cheat.
Uh, it had to do with the hand that everyone was
Was
given
given.
because they were all draw 4 cards all against me.
Okay, yeah. So the dealer has to be the one. The person to shuffle has to
Yep,
be the one to plan it. Well, that's unfortunate.
yep,
You got.
yep. Uh, anyway, so yeah, that's typically my story. Josh, you need more time while I uh, talk about.
I can tell my story. I think I got one I could tell.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, as I was reflecting on the different ones I could talk about, I have a lot of different memories, but I would say that some of my weirdest, wildest, and craziest memories were from my college years. And I remember specifically one night, for those of you who are Christians or have ever read the Bible, there's this book called the Psalms, and the Psalms are basically songs written by different people. Specifically, a lot of them are written by this guy named David. That's not super important for this necessarily, but the point is that it's the Bible, and we were reading it, and one guy decided that we would just grab out some glue, and it was that crazy glue stuff. So we started messing around with the glue, and we started gluing ourselves to each other and gluing ourselves to the walls and to doors and to door handles, and it ended up getting crazy, crazy, crazy until we found a closet which had a lot of different things inside of it. They ended up locking me and 2 other guys in the closet. It's got a window on a second floor of a building and of a dorm. And someone in that group decided that it would be a good idea to take a knife, stab right through the door, and then make a hole. And that hole was then used to throw eggs into Axe Bomb. For those of you who aren't familiar with what an Axe Bomb is, it's when you just spray a ton, cans on cans on cans of Axe body spray. And let me just tell you, it is incredibly hard to breathe. And it stinks and it smells terrible. It smells like a middle school boys' locker room, if you remember what that smells like from when you were a kid. So they did that, and it got very rowdy, very loud, and a lot of things were happening, and we ended up throwing a couch out the window. And as we did that, I was like, okay, I got to get out of here. So I jump out the window, out of the second floor story window. Well, I knew there's a security officer at the bottom, and they had called the cops. And when I went back up there, we're cleaning everything up. Police arrived and they asked us all if anybody had jumped out the window. And I stayed silent. My buddy said no. And then months later, they ended up leaving us alone and they were fine. Everything was fine. No one was doing anything they shouldn't have, except for the fact that we stabbed a hole in the knife in the door and thrown a couch out the window. But we they let us out, and there we were fine, and everything was wild, and it was just a crazy story. And this all happened because we just got just a little bit in over our heads once we started reading the book of Psalms. So it was a crazy story. There we
Oh,
go, and that's my wild story. There's a lot of things that happened that night.
oh, um,
And mind
okay.
you, these things, I one of the things about me is I don't drink alcohol or anything. Most people would do weird stuff like that if they drank, but none of these guys were drinking any alcohol. We were just weird.
Oh, that's actually worse than the fish story. Jeez.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. I've had different things like going on a bike ride one time and stopping, and I've had homeless people tell me some really interesting things. Very interesting things. Met a lot of really interesting people on the streets, and When you get out and you just go talk to random people, you find out some weird things.
Okay. Well, we all know the winner of this story of this cup of Frick. Frick. Oh, okay.
We've been involved in a lot of different bets or different things where we challenge each other to something. Justin has won more than a few,
Uh,
and I always have to try to get back at him, try to beat him. It's only right.
oh, your story was shorter than mine, but I gotta say that was the stupidest thing. Uh, well, actually, the second stupidest thing I have ever heard. Stupidest thing that I've heard from you.
Yeah, we used to do all sorts of weird things, just crazy things, just to be funny. We had this thing where we'd throw things out windows all the time, or when you take dry ice and you put it in water, it makes carbon dioxide, which is toxic to breathe in.
Oh,
We didn't really care, so what we did is we bought like a couple 10-pound bags of dry ice, which was actually kind of pricey, and we would put it in the bathroom, turn off the ventilation, and we would just have it super smoky inside of the bathroom, and we would drink root beer, and we would put the dry ice in the root beer, and it would make it cold, but it'd also bubble, and it would also have this mist coming off of the top of the mug. And it was this coolest looking thing ever. So if anybody has ever tried anything like that, or if you haven't, it's so worth it. It's just a fun little event, a fun little thing you can do with your friends is get dry ice and put it in your drinks.
oh, um, hmm,
Pretty wild.
uh, yeah, you know, back in the trade school, the craziest thing that I've done during that time was go ride a train to Walmart.
A train to Walmart,
No, not a train, bus.
a bus. Honestly,
I was all the way
buses
in
can get crazy.
Cunningham on a bus to the nearest Walmart, and a few friend of mine and a teacher made something that could have killed me.
I feel like a lot of times when you speak, your words are like clickbait.
Really?
They remind me of clickbait. Like, in clickbait things, they make these statements that are like, "This is the most crazy thing that you've ever heard," or "We made something that could kill me." And you know how like when those are the videos that you often click on, like I do.
I mean, yeah,
Well, the point is that it's not necessarily that it's like clickbait or like that your story doesn't back up your bold claim. But it's always like you always leave cliffhangers and not quite enough information so that they want to continue listening.
well, how was I? Okay, uh, I noticed that a lot, but I never connected to the dots to that.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I think it's a thing.
I I mean, it makes sense on how that doesn't make sense. Ex-
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, most people don't know what I'm usually talking about sometimes, and uh, I gotta tell you, that's not my fault. That's the fault of the people that, didn't give me up for adoption for, um, how do I say this? with a like with an information book, or what is
Yeah.
it called? It's something. For all you guys
Um,
that don't know, I'm adopted. So all of you gamers that I watch on YouTube, if you're listening to this, stop making adopted jokes.
are they really making jokes like that?
Yep.
Yikes.
Uh, I mean, uh, sometimes they go as far as like, for example, a Among Us video. Uh,
Yeah.
one of the people that were a actual imposter uh, got voted off because he got caught killing. He was all like,
Ah.
uh, "You guys are all adopted."
Oh, that's what he said.
Uh huh.
I think that we would have a lot of fun. We could get a group together and play some Among Us. I think it'd be pretty fun. I think people would enjoy watching.
Uh, probably something like probably something
You're like,
like Among Us
no.
that
It's funny.
let's just say we would lose friendships if we did something like that, and I think it would actually be funny. So yeah, I think I know a couple of guys that can actually help us with that, but um, you know, their schedules, our schedules. You're literally a youth pastor, and the others are just trying to scrape by. And then there's
Yeah.
me that has all this free time because no one, not a lot of people are making our. My shop opens like uh, during the evening on some days. And the best part of being a blacksmith like myself, I get to choose my days off.
That
So,
sounds nice.
yep, it sounds nice, but um, you know,
Wish you had more to do.
yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Right
I
on.
guess that's it for this episode. Uh I thought this was going to be a bad idea. It was a great idea, but I think I lost that bet.
Uh-oh.
No punishments,
Oh, no painting nails?
no painting nails.
I think we do
Maybe
need to bring that back. We need to say, I lost a bet. I had to paint my nails. I think we need to recreate that video.
well, I don't know any females that would like help me with that. So,
But I think you could do it.
uh,
You're like, no.
you know what? Yeah, exactly.
What would
None
the
of that.
challenge be if we ever did something like that? I think it'd be fun.
If if I uh, know a person that would gladly paint my nails if I lose a bet again, I will, but not for a competition like this.
Not like this. It'd be different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell me guys what you think. Who won this thing? And we will count votes. I think I I lost already, but leave a comment, save me, uh, screw him over.
He's trying to pull strings. Don't let him pull strings. Do what your heart leads you to say. I don't know. I think that it's gonna be closer than you think here.
All right. And I gotta say, I don't know how well this voting's gonna be. So if you like uh, Josh's story best, type in Eckburglar. If you like my story best, type in Siebel. I think that's how we're gonna do the voting for this round. Maybe if I could get my Instagram like up and ready, we could have a like little poll to have the people vote on, but I can't figure that stuff out. So vote in the description below who will win. I don't know.
I'm hoping that I win.
I think I think it's not a competition against that. I think I lost.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.